What time is it?
Game time! Woo!
What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, P-Dubs, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Restalgia with another super episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. Fellas, let's get it started.
Yeah, almost professional there, hey? I almost seem like I know what I'm doing, right?
For sure.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Super Game Room Dudes tonight. It's a little less super than regular because we don't have P-Dubs. P-Dubs was stung by a bee, and he's allergic to bees like the kid from My Girl, so he will no longer be with us.
Rest in peace.
Sounds good.
Rest in P-Dubs. Actually, P-Dubs
Dub.
just isn't feeling very well tonight, so we're hoping he can join us sometime in between, but unfortunately, it's just going to be us. So it's going to be 60.39% more attractive without him, but probably 60.39% less entertaining. So I apologize, everyone.
Well, I must say, P-Dub, I don't think P-Dubs has ever made it through a whole show without showing up. So I have all my faith in that he's going to pop in at some point in time on crutches and crawling, and he'll be here possibly.
I was watching my local news last night here in Newfoundland, and he showed up on that somehow. Like, he's everywhere.
All places at all times.
Yeah. Yep. He's omnipotent.
That's right. Well, you know one other benefit of not having P-Dubs on the show?
What's that?
We can actually hear Carl talk.
Absolutely. I know.
That's right. So get ready for that.
Here's your moment to shine, Carl. What wisdom do you have to impart upon us?
Let's do it.
It's good wisdom.
We miss you, P-Dubs. We love you 3,000 or slightly less.
2,999.
Anyways, we got a really fun show tonight, guys. It's going to be super swell. It's going to be the bee's knees. We're going to be talking about AtGames National Owners Day. It's coming up right around the corner. And instead of us talking heads telling you what we think is going to happen, we're going to turn everything around and ask you what you think is going to happen and what you want to see happen from AtGames at National Owners Day. It's your opportunity to voice your opinions and tell them how you want to be recognized as fans and loyal supporters of the AtGames brand. After that, this one's specifically for Steven Restalgia, my Digimon brother. We're going to be talking about Pokemon Legends Arceus, just released today for the Nintendo Switch. Restalgia, who has zero time, I'm guessing you still picked it up anyways, correct?
No, I did not. I had full intention of picking it up, but life has just not worked out for me for the past, I'm going to say 6 months, but especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. So no, I had full intention of swinging by somewhere local, picking it up today, and I did not. I didn't have the time.
Interesting. But anyways, we'll talk about it. It's got some interesting reviews so far. And then, Carl, Ridge Racer's coming out. Are you excited? Are you hyped? It's actually shipping here in Canada. It's actually on back order through Best Buy. So they sold out all the original stock they got in. They've got 255 more units in on back order, but Ridge Racer is out in the public at this point.
Is my mic working?
Yeah.
Okay, because it went off for a second. I was watching a clip yesterday of some 80s pinball, and I really want some pole position, man.
I know. Everybody wants pole position.
But since we can't get the pole position, I really do want a racer in my arcade. I'm missing the shooter, I'm missing the bowling, and I'm missing the racing.
I want a full bowling alley like they have at Fun Spot. 23 lanes. As soon as I win the lottery tonight, that's going to happen. Full bowling alley. You got to go 5-pin though. You can't do that Canadian 10-pin foolishness.
Yeah, I was going to say, the bowling over in Windsor is just that little tiny pin stuff. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, Canadian bowling is whack. You get the little tiny ball, and you got to knock down 10 pins.
Yeah, what is that?
Wait, hold on. Wait, that's Canadian bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that over here.
Hold on. 5-pin bowling is a Canadian thing.
It's a U.S. thing. 10-pin is a Canadian thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. We have 10 pins over.
You have 10-pin bowling over there, but it's not the standard.
No,
whatever
come on,
whatever
man.
you see on TV, that's what we have. What I see over there in Windsor, I don't know what that is.
The 10-pin bowling with the little tiny ball.
Yeah, why you keep saying 10-pin? They're all 10-pin.
5-pin is little tiny ball, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, 5-pin. We have 5-pin in Canada, and I'm reverse.
Yes.
Have another drink on me.
I was like, what are you? Mike has got his own type of bowling over there. Mike just has some unique type of bowling that nobody else has ever heard of.
We use mousse, eh?
Yeah, so it looks like, 5-pin is Canadian, which I didn't know. It's just the better of the two bowlings. It is. 5-pin is so much better than 10-pin.
It sucks, basically.
No.
What you're gonna tell us.
No. It requires so much more skill.
Just ice out your backyard and roll the bowling ball down that. That's what you should do over there in Canada.
I guess. So you guys aren't talking about curling?
No.
What is that?
That's the one where you sweep with the ice and the rocks.
It doesn't sound like a sport. That sounds like a chore.
It's both.
Okay.
Well, anyway, slide on your knee and sweep at the same time.
Only Canadians could come up with a sport where you have to sweep ice and somehow make that into an Olympic game.
That was definitely somebody's wife. They're like, "Whoa, that ice is pretty dirty. Get out there."
Yeah.
So anyways, we got some other things I want to talk about too. Ubisoft did just an insane interview.
Sorry, who?
Ubisoft.
Who's that?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
So Ubisoft did an insane interview here recently. They got absolutely shredded for their NFT implementation, and they had some very interesting comments about whose fault the failure of their NFTs was. So we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So where do you guys want to start? Carl, dealer's choice. With P-Dubs not here tonight, you're in control. You're in the driver's seat.
Well, since you mentioned shooters, I'm really. I didn't think I wanted T2, but now it's out, and I've seen a little bit of it. Again, if it didn't have the rock'em sock'em color guns, I wish they were black. I would imagine someone's gonna come up with a way or a method and give us something to paint them with, or spray paint them or something. But
I was about to say, do you have a Lowe's?
Yeah, I'm really feeling that. I'd like to see it in person. Before I make a decision. But you know how it is. As soon as I buy it, then they'll come out what I really want, and I'll be mad at myself. But I do want a shooter.
Everybody seems to think that, but I will warn you guys that it seems like Arcade1Up has a I don't know what it's called. Steven, you work for an arcade company full time, so you would know this better than I would. They in their roadmap or their business strategy, I think their plan is to release one shooter per year. So as easy as it is to say, "Oh man, I don't want to buy T2 because right around the corner they'll have a better game." Yeah, next year, and there's no guarantee you're going to like that game, because I'm sure a lot of people were like, "I don't know if I'm going to get Outrun. I'll just wait until they release Daytona next year." And then Ridge Racer came out, and they were like, "What the bleep?"
What's the question, Mike?
Carl's the question. Carl's the one leading this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me a question. I was waiting for like what the question was. Okay, I'm good.
No, and your average gamer said, I have Michael B's FOMO on the shooter. I had zero interest in the Big Hunter. Big Hunter World? That game is just way too slow. So it's not just FOMO for a shooter. I want something that I think people would be interested in when they come over. And again, every game I have in my arcade has a specific purpose, but I don't necessarily have to play those games. You know what I mean? I have things in here that I know that other people will enjoy as well. But the main thing is I don't have FOMO, so I definitely don't have to have things in here. I don't, I have Killer Instinct. I haven't been FOMOing about that, saying hey, because I don't even know that game. Now if I would went over somebody's place and played it and like, oh, this is pretty sweet, then my mind can change. But at this point in time, I just have no relationship with that game to even think about getting it. But obviously a shooter, everybody knows what the heck a shooter is. But it looks like it's worth investigating. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I'm in a similar position. I've got a friend here locally that's getting it. He offered that I could take his and actually take it to review. So that's kind of where I am with it now. But I will be lying if I'm not watching like Gabriel's videos and like a tool here in Canada, a friend of ours, he just got his as well. And seeing how happy they are and how excited they are with it and how much fun they're having, how precise the guns are. They seem really happy with it. And I have the exact same feeling you do, Carl. I want a gun game in my arcade. I wanted T2. T2 was my preferred game, the one I wanted. I was a little off put by the fact that it's not exactly right because the guns unmount. It's more like playing it with on the Genesis with the Menacer, right, than it is the arcade. So it's tough. It's tough because I really want it, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I would be lying if I didn't say I wasn't checking Best Buy if they had it in stock today, and I wasn't thinking about dropping down to the Brick to see if they had one physically. And if it was there in store and I walked by, I've got a very good feeling I'd be looking at it and saying, come with me if you want to live. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Now, I think the first two mods is going to be speakers. I heard the speakers are kind of, and then the guns are light, so we're going to have to come up with some sandbags to put inside it so we can have some weight on the guns. What do you think the first mods are going to be on that thing? Will somebody put a stationary thing so they are stationary? I mean, there's some room for some mods without having to change the gameplay.
Steve, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen too much about it, but if what you're saying is that the guns are fairly light, that would be a pretty easy mod. I think that we could definitely see somebody come up with something creative there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be throwing any sandbags on it, but I'm sure that you could grab some, those little weights, open it up and glue that stuff in there so that way you kind of get some good weight to it. I don't know. I'm speakers for sure. When you've got a shooter, you need to have really good quality audio. I think that's super important. So is it like pinball where they're connected in with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack?
What do you mean, the guns?
The speakers.
Yeah, I believe so. All the speakers are connected the same way.
Okay, so in theory, then you could upgrade that fairly easily to whatever you wanted, really.
It's frustrating that you have to upgrade because as much as can be said about Arcade1Up and their volume control with stuff being too loud, the speakers before were really good. I don't know what happened, but it seems like Speakergate was a thing that I tried to bring up to people's attention, but I don't know what's going on. It seems like such a weird downgrade. And John D said it's the exact same speakers. So I don't know. Is this an emulation thing where they just forgot how to emulate sound?
I don't think it's necessarily like an emulation thing. I also don't know. I mean, I'm sure John is saying that they're the same speakers, and perhaps they are purchasing the same speakers from the same manufacturer that they always have ordered them from. That doesn't mean that you're getting the same speaker. Perhaps the manufacturer has adjusted the quality of them, even though they're the same SKU, and that's why we're seeing something different. The alternative to that is we know that Arcade1Up likes to use different SoCs, so they're constantly using different chips, and it's entirely possible. All their boards are going to have amps that are built into the into the single board. So it's entirely possible that because they've moved to a different SoC or a different chipset, that maybe the amp is just not as good as what they were previously using. And it is true that the speakers are identical. It's just the amp is not, utilizing the speakers in the most efficient way.
So A Pucks has a good point there, but yet Tron was fine because the sound on Tron is actually great. Like when it loads up, you hear that traditional Arcade1Up load up screen, and there's such a big difference. Like if you stand next to Simpsons, turn on your Simpsons cabinet, you'll hear like, but then if you turn on Tron, it's like, you can hear the bass and the difference. So, and Your Average Gamer also mentions Killer Instinct is better, so he doesn't think so either. So it's just a weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's interesting that you're spending a lot of money on these machines, and that people are still saying like, what are we going to upgrade out of the box? It's like, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, tough guy.
What is happening?
Challenge the Mountie Michael B, the Game Genie, February 4th, USA. USA. Come on, Carl. USA. Let's hear it in the live chat. USA. Oh!
Dubs, I'm at the point of death. I won't make it tonight. Shows up in full costume.
It's time for the 3-point stance. USA.
My God.
Well,
P-Dubs, I'm glad to see that you're back from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that was the sorriest roundup that I've ever seen. So if that's what USA is bringing to the table, then Mike, I think it'll be a no contest, man.
I don't know, man. We're playing Street Fighter. Dubs is pretty good. Mike of All Trades gave him a glowing level of support today on Twitter. So maybe I'm in trouble. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I've seen you play with your like flicking hand thing.
I know,
right? Trying to do moves. You do the little finger thing. You're like,
it's my Olay.
Yeah, it's you do it so well. So I think that'll be you'll just have to Olay straight into victory.
Is your tea? Is that your tea?
That's right.
Teacup sip?
The truth is, the Arcade1Up stock controls, you really, really, really have to try to do that semicircle in order to get your moves off. And that's my go-between to make it work.
Yeah, I'm horrible. I cannot execute any of those special moves on purpose.
Yeah.
I can do it by accident every now and then. So I would get whipped pretty bad. You guys are going to make me buy one of these cabinets that's online just so I can get beat.
The online stuff is actually really fun. That's one of the big drawing points for a lot of these cabs. Like Killer Instinct, I'm not a big Killer Instinct fan. Like my nostalgia for Killer Instinct comes from the Super Nintendo game. I don't play it very often. But the idea of playing it online is what has me interested. It's the only FOMO I have for Killer Instinct is the idea of missing out on playing it online with people.
Is people going to have that grimace on his face? See how long he can hold that out.
He's just a tough guy.
This is Hacksaw with a lot of Rogaine. Speaking of which, do you bleed maple syrup? Because we're going to find out on February 4th. Michael be the Game Genie.
Mike, that requires a response.
Yeah, I think he wants me to do some kind of promo off with him or something like that. That's what he's trying to. What?
Do it.
Hey, you stupid American with your stupid rules. You will
what are
see.
You French?
What are
Canadian?
You talking? What are
yes,
you doing?
French. The Mountie was
your
French.
French accent?
The Mountie was French.
Yeah, but that's what your accent. That's your interpretation of a French accent.
That's French Canadian.
Mike,
yes.
You're killing me here, man.
How am I killing you here?
Have you ever heard a French person speak?
What?
Have you heard anybody from Quebec ever speak?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't say I was good at impressions, Restalgia.
Get good, man.
Look like Restalgia's on board with us. USA!
USA! You're mine, tough guy.
I'm trying very specifically to do Jacques Rougeau's accent. I can't do it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't.
Now we're playing First to 5 Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Friday, February 4th on Put Your Quarters on the Glass. Make sure you guys tune in. Team USA versus Canada. Country versus country. Brother versus brother. It's going to be epic. First to 5. First
North
to 5.
American brawl, baby.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a funny story. Like the Mountie was played by Jacques Rougeau. His brother Raymond is actually famous because Raymond is a pilot. And one time he had to fly off into the woods and actually rescue someone. He's a real life hero. He did that. Someone was lost in the woods for like 17 days and he had to go fly him. And you better hope he's not busy that day, P-Dubs, because after I whoop your ass so bad, you're going to have to hide in the woods from the embarrassment and hope that Raymond Rougeau comes and saves you.
See, Mike, there you go. That's impressive. I like
what
that.
I hear? What I hear? I smell.
You heard some chirping.
I smelled some burnt bacon. Burnt bacon right there. That's what I smell. Canadian bacon, also called ham. Why don't you guys just call it ham? It's ham. It's a piece of ham. What's wrong with you?
Hacksaw, have you fallen on rough times? Your wood there is not looking as fresh as it once did. Can you not afford
a lot smaller too?
I got a new one. downstairs.
Now is that wood or is that MDF? Which one is it?
I don't know. We'll have to ask the YouTube community guys if this is made out of MDF or plywood or
maple wood
or birch or cedar. You know what I'm saying? Birch or cedar.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know what that really looks like? Driftwood. You know why? Because I'm going to kick your ass so bad, you're going to be out to sea, baby. You're going to be hanging on to that driftwood.
That's so lame. That's so lame. That's weak.
Nah.
That's weak.
That was solid
Canada.
gold. Solid gold, 24 karat.
All right, what are we playing for? What are we putting on the line?
Oh, you got up the ante.
Pinks.
Pinks? We're playing for pinks?
What does that mean?
I don't know if our wives will appreciate that. What do you mean pinks? What are we playing for?
Oh, I don't know. I watched Fast and the Furious one time when I was 19, and then I continued living my life. Other people modded cars, so I'm not sure. I think I heard it in that movie.
Oh, I like what Bones wrote. He said shaved heads.
Oh, I'm not shaving my head.
Oh my gosh. No, hold on. Wait
great.
a second. We 100% need to do something here.
That'd be right.
That is drastic.
First to 5 has to go live on the next episode of Super
and you don't,
Oh
and
my
you don't
gosh.
have to worry about shaving your head if you win. So
okay,
guys,
hold on, fine.
We playing for hair, guys. Let us know in the live chat.
Is it going to be awkward when I don't do this? After
Mike, would you at least be willing? I'm confident in you. I don't think anything's going to happen to you, Mike. So
okay, what about the beard?
Yeah, I'll shave my beard off. 100%.
Are we going to play for beards?
Yeah,
we're putting the beards on the line.
Beards
100%.
on the line. That means the loser not only loses publicly and has to shave their beard in front of our entire audience, but they have that walk of shame that every single week we go live and their beard isn't back. It's just like a little bit of extra butter on the toast. You know what I mean?
I mean, unlike Michael B, I'm filled with testosterone. It'll grow back in like a few days. I'm not worried too much.
Filled with testosterone. I'm glad the sex change went well.
Yeah, testosterone. Yeah.
Do you guys want to up the ante just a little bit? If we agree to beards, why stop there? Let's do beards and eyebrows.
And pubic hair?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Oh my goodness. No, we're not doing eyebrows. Don't be ridiculous.
What if you just did one of your eyebrows?
Guys, listen, we this has gone off the rails completely. I have set this up so we could possibly get sponsored by Manscaped. Restalgia needs it. It's a jungle
bush. It's the Beards and Bush fight. Oh man. We'll finally find out if the carpet matches the drapes, Michael B.
Okay, just to be fair, before we go back to our regularly scheduled topics,
what were we talking about?
I want to confirm from both P-Dubs and Michael B, the winner does not have to shave their beard live on air. Loser does.
Yes, not live on air. They just have to shave.
No,
we got to bust out the beard trimmer.
Somebody's got to come out and just live that right on there. Hey, man, it's part of the
live. We got to do it live.
You can even, Mike. They even have those things where it's like a bib. You like put it around your neck. You can like suction cup it to your screen so that way you don't get a mess of beard everywhere. Totally do that. I will ship one to you.
No,
I'm gonna make Michael have to get a tattoo of Jason Smith.
I'll film it, but I'm not doing it live.
Why not?
Yeah, hey, Papa Brad is legit, and he put the rules down, baby. No live on air or no deal. There you go. Scrape that face, says Kev Gret.
Manscape that face. Manscape the face. All right. So yeah, that's the parameters. We can do shave the beard, whoever loses. That sounds good to me.
All right.
Live on air.
Is it just
First
the
to
beard,
5.
not the mustache as well, right?
First to 5.
It's everything. It's the whole thing.
Your
The whole
ball,
thing.
So it's
Sideburns,
just this
beard.
part here. You have to leave a Franz Joseph.
Yep. So what were we talking about on tonight's podcast? What are the topics?
Well, Carl's in charge, so whatever Carl wants to do.
Yeah, Carl, what's up?
I am not in charge.
So we were just about to get into National Owners Day. We haven't even started yet. We're 25 minutes in. And we haven't started talking about a single topic, really.
National Owners Day?
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to ask the fans what they want from AtGames for National Owners Day. Us talking heads have always said enough. We want to ask them what they want to see from National Owners Day.
I don't know. I'll just tune in the Mad Little Pixels channel because he doesn't have embargoes like everybody else. So he'll probably tell us the information before everyone else.
And welcome to Sour Grapes with the Super Game.
Welcome to Sour Grape Room, dudes.
So what do you guys want to see from National Owners Day? I'll start off first. The big thing that people expect from National Owners Day are the sales. So what do you guys want to see this year from the sales from National Owners Day? I know pretty much everybody almost has everything right now, but for you guys that missed out or your new products coming out, what do you guys want to see from the sales? What do you expect to see this year from AtGames?
Well, we're seeing several things. People want their 4-player control decks. They don't want to have to log into their devices anymore.
Yeah.
Todd would like to see some new hardware or products released. Master Auto, no more login. Kev Gret says the secret platinum warranty program, not a good look. We'll have to get to that in a minute. National Owners Day, he wants an update on the driving cab. Stop breaking stuff with updates. Sales on the Bit Pixel. Got a lot of good stuff.
Can I ask a serious question? What is the point of us having to log in all the time? Is this like Netflix? They think you got your cousin in California logging into your account and watching free TV. Why do we have to log in all the time? That's baffles me. I have no idea.
It's something attached to the add-ons that come, like the ArcadeNet and the what's the other one called? The one where you can stream. It connects to their cloud service for you to. You know what I'm. Yeah, BYOG. So they have paid add-ons. They have free versions of it, but it's all supposed to be attached to this paid add-on that they are hoping people will jump in on. They've invested a lot of money in, and hopefully they add a lot more value to the services that people do it. It's tied into those. That's my guess.
Now, don't you have to be logged in to do those things?
Yeah. Well, you got to be logged in anyways, don't you?
Right. So wouldn't it be more of a benefit for you to stay logged in so you can actually play any of those things?
100%.
I mean, I have to be honest with you. Whenever I turn on my arcades, because they all come on together at the same time, and that freaking login thing, I just walk away from the cabinet. It pisses me off so badly. I'm just be honest with you. It just makes absolutely no sense. The time it takes for me to log into it, I'd rather go play another cabinet. And I'm just being honest with AtGames. They got to fix that crap. It's just so ridiculous. It drives me crazy. And that's every cabinet. It seems like it doesn't do it as often with pinball, but it does it on the AOU almost 100%.
You know what's funny though? Like it's not consistent because like I'll have times when I never have to log in for like months on end, and then it's like every couple of days. It's
never that long for me.
I don't understand. It's like completely inconsistent.
But do you keep your cabinets on? Maybe that's it. I
turn mine off all the time.
Right.
If I'm not using it, it's off.
Interesting.
It's dirty. It's very dirty too.
That's the biggest request for National Owners Day is to allow us to be able to actually play the cabinet.
Akuma Rev has a comment here. $2 super chat. USA might be the game Mountie is going down. This feels like Build Your Own Legends season 2 again, all over again, where everybody's against me, including the hosts.
Well, I genuinely hope that you perform much better than you did there.
Yeah, we love the Dressercade, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I still go visit your nephew just to play it all the time. You know?
So we've gotten a lot of great ideas from the live chat. People want cocktail cabinets. They won all kinds of different things. I don't know how much of this stuff is actually going to happen. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, the information is under embargo for only certain people. So we'll have to see.
So passive aggressive, man.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see when we're allowed to talk about it. Now, AtGames did accidentally post some information on their YouTube channel, and if that information was still public right here in the public domain, we could talk about it. But they took it down, so I guess we can't talk about it. But there are rumors based upon that of a new warranty program coming out, so you guys definitely want to check out information released tomorrow about all that. What else? Oh man.
Well, the idea was to find out what people wanted in sales. So far, I see a lot of cool things on that. The next thing was AtGames usually does a lot of contests during this. So we see events. A lot of them are tied in with Arcade.net. What do you guys want to see for the contests and prizes that they're going to be doing this year during National Owners Day? A couple of years ago, we got to do that awesome thing where we gave away, was it 5 pinball tables?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I remember that.
That was awesome. There was a bunch of contests. There were people trying to get leaderboard scores in pinball and on their ALUs. That kind of stuff is fun. So I hope AtGames does more of that stuff. And anyways, that's my opinion, but I want to hear about you guys. Michael B. selling the gimmick.
You sure are, man. You sure are.
Chicago Gaming is making more Medieval Madness remakes spring 2023. That's a good one.
Hang on, I'm just making sure I have all my stuff. Mike set up the show, so I wasn't prepared. I had stuff
what's
going
interesting? P-Dubs came on just like Detroit Love said he would, and then as soon as he came on, Detroit Love stopped talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Carl.
It's crazy, Carl.
Go ahead, Carl.
Take control, man.
This is the Carl. This is the Carl show tonight.
You're not going to give us anything, Carl? Oh,
did he?
I think he's frozen.
I think
is he frozen?
No, he's screwing with us.
No, he's frozen.
Screwing with us.
I can be frozen a long time.
So I'm not seeing a lot there about the contest. So that's interesting to me. Is the contest not exciting to people?
I like the contest personally. Those are like the thing that I like the most about NOD is that you just get to I don't know, let's say they pick a certain title that you don't normally play. You just have to jump on and just try to put in your absolute high score. And if you win something, which they give out lots of little prizes here and there, I just think it's a fun thing to do.
Some of those games are bullshit, man.
Well, I think it's good. I think it's good. The whole purpose is to celebrate owning the machine.
Yeah, 100%.
Encouraging people to play the games. So maybe they'll lift this login requirement for the weekend, and then we can play some games.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Carl.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm going to break embargo right now. National Owners Day. It's only one announcement. PK is just going to come out and he's going to say no more logins. F Carl, and that's it.
You're pretty funny.
I think Carl, you're forgetting you need to be logged in to submit a high score, anyways.
No, I'm saying no more logging you out. I guess it's the proper term.
That would be good.
No logging out for the weekend. Everybody stays logged in.
What can we say that doesn't break embargo? So obviously, this is tough. We should have just done a show tomorrow instead of tonight.
Well, that's why we're not
doing a show talking about National Owners Day. We're asking people to tell us what they hope they do. We're not saying anything.
Oh. Okay.
We weren't stung by bees. We knew what we were doing.
Sorry.
and this is why the Canadians are going to win.
Yeah.
Because we can't stay focused long enough.
Yeah, he'll be halfway through a match, and P-Dubs will forget what game he's playing.
What's a fatality in this?
Finish him.
So there will be people are asking for updates on products, previously announced products. You guys will be, I'm pretty sure, hearing about that, as well as discounts and deals. They always do that every National Owners Day. There'll be some discounts and deals, so we know that as well. Let's see here. Just tell us if the announcements are dope. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Can't really get into that too much. It's kind of annoying.
I can very openly tell people it all depends on what you're interested in.
I like that. That's a great answer.
I'm gonna.
There's just no way you can please everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all these companies. Like, if they release something, someone's gonna complain about it.
Let me ask the audience one thing.
Yeah.
Audience, what's one thing that will please us to get on NOD? Can someone put that in the chat? What is the one thing that will please you specifically? I know
while we're waiting for that, P-Dubs, can you make your camera full screen?
Yeah, why?
Just go full screen for a sec.
He wants to see your chest hair.
What is that behind you?
Where?
Look, it says Core. Is that a Core Graphics?
Yeah.
Is it like an actual console?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to ship this out to the winner. So I got to go to the post office tomorrow.
But is that a Core Graphics Mini or is that a Core Graphics Original? It's the Mini, right?
It's the Mini.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for my 10,000 subscriber giveaway show, I still have about 5 things I need to ship. So if you're a follower of my channel, if you won one of those prizes, I'll be heading to the post office tomorrow, getting this stuff shipped out. I got to get that off my plate. So we'll get that done. A lot of people saying they just don't want to log into the system anymore, which I find very interesting.
Yeah, that's wild.
So
they can make a lot of owners happy real quick. It sounds like they can have a very successful NOD 2 seconds in.
I like this comment. Some new pinball tables would be cool too. I think a key to AtGames' success in 2022 will be releasing more pinball software. I mean, their pinball product probably one of the best things they have going for them right now. So why not continue to release more games, right? Reinvest, release more games. So I'd like to see that happen as well. Will that happen National Owners Day? We don't know yet. We can't tell you. But I'm sure we'll see it during the year as well. That'd be really cool.
I see a few ALU 2.0s out here.
Yeah.
Someone wants an upgraded cabinet to play those new games, possible new games. So none of you guys are interested in a 2.0 cabinet?
Like a whole new cabinet?
Yeah, a whole new cabinet with the legends gone, with a bigger back glass. No interest in that? A shape that's actually shaped like a pinball?
Oh, you're talking about a pinball cabinet. Yeah, they were talking about ALU.
Oh yeah, I'm always going back to pinball. It was there. They was asking about for new pinball as well, though. But the question to you guys: are you guys interested? I know we all have one, and to have to buy one. I mean, you obviously, P-Dubs, did you go from ALU 1.0 to a 1.1 or 1.5 or whatever it was? I don't remember if he upgraded.
They sent him one. He didn't upgrade. AtGames upgraded him, so it wasn't that big a deal for him. Me and you, and I don't know about you, Restalgia. I think Restalgia, you have a 1.0, but Carl, me and you have the 1.1s. So that's where we are with the ALUs. Now with the ALP, I will tell you that if they came out with a version 1.1 of the ALP in the States, that'd be great. For us here in Canada, it'd be a little tricky right now because unfortunately, our partners here in Canada with the shipping woes have had to up the price for the AtGames Legends Pinball. So we got a $200 increase here recently in Canada. So we're at $11.99 for AtGames Legends Pinball now. So if they came out with a 1.1, I shudder to think what the price would be here. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen because I don't want to upgrade.
I don't think I want to see a pinball 1.1. I think that if they were going to redo something, I think they skip the 1.1. They go to like the next generation of the ALP, and they do like a more of a redesign on the machine in terms of like the aesthetics and the specs that they have in there. I don't think I want just like something that's a little bit better, a little bit bigger back glass. No, if you're going to be buying a second machine or replacing your existing one, I want it to have a slightly different body, a different back glass design, maybe slightly more powerful, maybe built-in internal memory, so you don't have to have a USB when you're downloading additional content, stuff like that.
Can we just stop for a second? Because I'm just looking at P-Dubs with his mullet and his open bathrobe there, and I'm thinking this is definitely a guy who does not work, sit homes and watch soaps, and spends his night writing conspiracy theories on the internet.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we got to talk about Area 51 before the show's over.
Wow. I'm going to be honest with you. Both the AtGames
No, Mike, don't be honest. I want you to lie.
The ALU and the ALP are both great products. I don't know what AtGames can really offer in a 2.1 or a 2.0. Other than with the ALP, maybe for it to be a little bit taller and have more of a traditional pinball shape. And with the Legends Ultimate, it'd be nice if it was a little bit taller because not everybody's 5'5". But other than that, I mean, those cabinets, there's not really much you need to do with it you can do with it.
Well, I mean, you're working on your modified or VPX thing. I mean, to me, I like the back glass being dynamic. So, I mean, how difficult, even with the current hardware Restalgia, for them to have a little JPEG or PNG file for each pinball table to actually have a full-size graphic of whatever game you're playing, in addition to the DMD section. I mean, that would be something I would like to see on the 2.0 cabinet, is to have the back glass image, not that little tiny one, but a bigger image that's dedicated to the game that you're playing, and then the DMD section just simply be the DMD and not a combination.
Are you saying you're saying a third screen? Just
Correct.
To make sure I'm understanding? Okay.
That's correct. A third screen.
I mean, that would drive the cost up. That's for sure. I mean, screens are not cheap right now. So adding probably one of the most expensive parts of the build at this point, at increasing that by 33%, or I guess by 50%, you'll have to pay for it. I don't see them doing that though.
So I'll ask another question.
To see that, but
I'll ask another question. There are incremental upgrades to the ALP that we were kind of told about a couple of years ago that never really happened. Like at one point, we were told about better exciters. We kind of got them in the Legends pinball control panel, but there was some talk about maybe some new exciters that we could mod and do ourselves. There was also talk about AtGames providing solenoids that would work with the cabinet, solenoid support. At Restalgia, I know you don't work there. Any update on that?
I don't know. I have no information in terms of any extra stuff.
Because I think a lot of people were excited about that. Like, it'd be great. Like, I watched this real idiot one time, and he took the solenoids out of an Arcade1Up and put them right under the control panel, like up front. And then, like, he said you'd have good hand feel. And then, like, a couple of weeks later, AtGames came out with their pinball table, and it had this ridiculous exciters in the hand that, like, farted all the time. Same as this guy's stupid idea. So anyways, I just wanted to share that story with you.
I think that's a coincidence, but I also hate that guy. He is dumb. I don't know where to go with this anymore. Now I'm just embarrassed, Mike.
I'm so creeped out watching P-Dubs have his angry conversation.
He's in the zone right now.
Sorry, guys. I hate to be distracted here, but we wanted to make sure Detroit Love had time to shine tonight. And I also had to wrap up this pesky little thing that's going on right here. So go ahead. My apologies, my friends. Meatball Saucy says he doesn't think AtGames should do another VPN until the release of the VPE platform, and they can add native support for that ecosystem. VPX quality of tables, but compatible on lower spec SOC systems. Can you shine a little?
Call it a SOC system.
I like saying SOC. I don't care. I'm not Canadian. I can say whatever I want. We don't have rules in this country that forbid us from doing what we want to do.
That's fair.
Now, Restalgia, though, can you add a little bit of color for some of our audience members who might not know exactly what Meatball Saucy's talking about? What's he talking about?
VPE is a really interesting community-driven project. Essentially, they are... I mean, it's pretty complicated, but they are... allowing you to it's working through Unity. So if you're not familiar with Unity, Unity is an engine that you can build games in. It allows you to take VPN games, put them in Unity, and then you can actually export them out of Unity for specific chipsets or for specific devices. So the benefit of that is that it'll optimize it for that chipset, and it packages each table with all of the libraries that it needs, So it gives you the ability to play, let's say, a community-built game on a platform in which perhaps you couldn't do it before. I don't. To Meatball Saucy's comment, VPE is gonna be a. I don't know if it'll be open source. I can't remember if it is, but it is 100% going to be non-commercial. So unless the developers are willing to work with a commercial partner, it's probably not going to happen. But I think it's interesting. I mean, I would love to see VPE being able to export to like the AtGames platform, and you'd be able to grab a VPX game and play it on your ALP natively. I think that'd be amazing.
And I don't think the commercial thing would be too big an issue as long as they're not selling the unit with it. I mean, that community is real a stickler on not selling the product, but AtGames is a platform that allows you to add things to it. So I think there's room for that to materialize more so than some other ventures. But I would love to see that, because the VPX games, I mean, if you've never played them, it's a world you just can't really relate to. And even when we videotape them for the YouTube channels and things like that, it doesn't translate well at all. I mean, these things, the physics in a lot of these tables are so accurate, man. It really allows you to feel almost like you're playing a real pinball game. So if you have never played VPX, it's definitely something worth looking into. And if they can get those playable on their platform, that would be super, super awesome.
Yeah, to grade it, like you're talking Farsight, Zachariah, Pinball FX, and then boom. Like it's that much of a
different league, man. It's a completely different league. VPX, Future Pinball.
Future Pinball they've been around a little bit lower, but
I would agree with that. I mean, it's funny that you say that, because there's going to be some other people that'll completely disagree and say Future Pinball is better than VPX. It depends on your preferences, but from my perspective, VPX is just so much better than any other pinball experience you can play. That being said, it's been around for so long, and it's had so much development from the community, and there's been so much contributions that like it's just been built up over time. It's going to be great because of the amount of support that it has. So it's I mean, if you haven't played VPX, you got to do it.
Anyways, I don't mean to be rude, but we've spent 50 minutes here, and we're just getting through AtGames National Owners Day, where we're supposed to be asking the audience what they want to see. I think we've killed this, like absolutely killed it, like the same way P-Dubs was killed earlier with the bees. So why don't we move on? National Owners Day embargo lifts tomorrow, I think. So expect to see some of your favorite content creators put up some information, and over the course of the next week, I'm sure some of the podcast shows will be discussing all the different deals and information that's out there. There's some pretty cool stuff, but what I would tell you ahead of time is it's not E3. It's a chance to celebrate the people that are AtGames fans. So remember that. Don't get your expectations up too high. I think get ready for the stern tables.
Oh, stop it! I think Mike's making a good point. Whatchamacallit? Temper your expectations this year is probably the best message. I think AtGames is going to be announcing some good things that'll push their brand forward and get them a little bit more in line with the competition out there in the market. But I wouldn't expect a mind-blowing what is this thing called? Mind-blowing mind-blowing event. And apologies for all the distractions. We got that all squared away, guys, so we are good to go. What's next on our list, Mike? Let's have some fun.
You were going to tell us about your experience starring in the new MacGruber show.
I'm in.
No, next up, this is actually Steven Restalgia's. Well, I was excited to share this with Restalgia because I know he's a big Pokemon fan, and I thought he would have the game already, but Pokemon Legends Arceus dropped today. So I wanted to give Restalgia some time to shine to really level in with his Pokemon nerdiness. Like, he could show off some really strange. Pokemon? Yeah, we're going to talk about Pokemon, baby. The fans want it. They want it bad.
You guys want to talk about Pokemon? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 0 if you're saying screw Pokemon and screw Canada. Go.
Now, while they're doing that, my son's Canadian, so he's over there rooting for Michael B next week. He's 33, and so he's a big Pokemon fan.
Zeros.
Look at the zeros coming in. Look at the zeros coming in. They don't want to talk about Pokemon
because they're all haters.
All right, so we're going to talk about something real quick. This is real quick. Restalgia, if you want to talk about it, we'll give you a couple minutes. But I just wanted to
I don't care. I'm good to talk. It's
okay.
A dope game.
Whatever. I know. I'm sure it is. But speaking of dope games, as you guys know, if you've been following, I just got a PlayStation 5 finally. Took over a year to get one. My wife got one in one of those Walmart, like you sign up for the raffle to be like get on the order list or whatever. And we got it, and we got the PS5. And I asked the viewers, I said, guys, I need some recommendations because, honestly, I'm an Xbox guy. I'm primarily going to play games. If it's on both platforms, I'll buy it on the Series X versus PS5. I told him, I said, give me some PlayStation 5 exclusive games. And I got to tell you what, guys, viewers recommended that I pick up a Ghost of, I'm probably saying it wrong, Tsushima. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Right. I don't know how to pronounce it. Either way, guys, I'm about 5 hours into this game. Absolutely love it. This game is fantastic. I love open world adventure games, like Breath of the Wild, Assassin's Creed. So the viewers
sounds like you'd like Pokemon Legends then.
We'll get
Arceus.
to that. Yeah. So, but because of that, I love those kind of games. And when they recommended this, I picked it up. And dudes, I love this thing. I'm probably going to put like 200 hours into this thing. I can feel it. Like I'm obsessed with it right now. So yeah, I love it. So go get that game if you haven't gotten that game already. It's amazing.
The PS5 exclusive.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's made by PlayStation Studios, so like you can only get this on PS4, PS5, whatever.
Okay, there it is. All right, I just wanted to clarify that it was previously a PS4 game.
Yeah, PS4, but I got the revamped whatever this is, director's cut, whatever. It was on sale.
How's Demon Souls going?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Demon Souls. Let's talk about Demon Souls. All right, first off. This game, Demon Souls. Guys, if you play Demon Souls, start putting your feedback in the live chat. Demon Souls, PS5. Let me tell you something. So this game is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's haunting. You play with like surround sound or really good headphones, and it's like amazing. It's an experience. But what makes me mad about this game, Mike, I couldn't find any checkpoints. Are there checkpoints in this game?
Yes.
Where are the checkpoints?
You can save at certain points. Master Otto wants to know
at certain points, right?
Yeah.
Because here's the funny thing is, I played the game and I'm in like the first like level or whatever, and I go 42 minutes. Now in the world of gaming, sitting on your couch for 42 minutes, that's a long time, right? 42 minutes into the level, I die, I lose everything, have to start over from scratch. As a gamer, some of us like me, I'm like, do I really want to spend another 42 minutes and do all that crap again?
That's literally every game from the 90s.
No. A lot of games have checkpoints. Modern console games. A lot of modern console games have checkpoints, etc. I mean, seriously, like if I had to go back and redo 10, 15 minutes, like most games, I would have been cool with it. But we're talking, I would have had to replay 42 minutes. And I was like, oh man. I turned it off and I put on Spider-Man and said, oh man, the
Spider-Man's fun.
Spider-Man is so cool. Oh, it's so cool.
So Master Otto wants to know where you got your PS5. I'll handle this one. He bought it at Arcades1Up.us. So if you're looking for a PlayStation 5, go to Arcades1Up.us.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, checkpoints are a must. I like checkpoints, man, because these console games are so long. They're so big. And no one wants to start all over, right? Arcade games, I don't care. I'll start at level 1 on an arcade game because an arcade game is 42 minutes long, right? But freaking, oh man, these modern games. Who would sit there and say, I'm going to play all 42 minutes all over again? That's a lot of fucking work.
So maybe you just dropped an F-bomb, so we can't do it anymore, or we won't be PG-13, but that's fine. What happens with, I'm not very familiar with these games, but it's the kind of thing like you play until you die, and then they expect you to start right back over again from the beginning to get back to the point where you died so you can get some of your experience back. So Jason asked a question, and I just want to clarify with this. No, never. No. CoinOpsX will never be online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
If you're looking for an experience like that, you might want to check out PiePacker. PiePacker has a similar service where you can do something like that. So,
is PiePacker still doing it?
Sorry,
I don't know.
I get invited to go play PiePacker all the time, but I have no idea what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but I've never played it.
I get invites for Fudge Packer.
Yeah, you would.
I can see that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I can see that.
You know, Breath of the Wild is so good. A lot of people are writing about Breath of the Wild in our live chat right now. Breath of the Wild is so good, even though it's already
interesting that people keep saying that, yet everybody said no, they wouldn't play the new Pokemon game, even though it was literally built off of the Breath of the Wild engine.
All right. What is this Pokemon game, and why should someone play it?
Because it is a very different Pokemon game than what everybody thinks of when they think of Pokemon. They rode right off the success of Breath of the Wild, and then they said, hey, if we made a game that is open world, that is where you have to, forage for your own items, you've got to craft your own items, and you actually get to play in kind of this open world concept. They took Pokemon, they threw it mixed in with Breath of the Wild, and that's really what you're getting here. So I don't know if you really hate the franchise, which sure, maybe you hate the franchise, but at the end of the day, this is one of the largest franchises in gaming, period. It's incredible. Like, it's a really good concept, and I haven't had a chance to play it, but honestly, I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be a really fun game.
Reviews have not been good. Reviews have kind of been all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, I think that happens. I think that reviews can be whatever they are, and I think you got to play it for yourself to really make up your own mind.
But
you know what I've noticed with
that, right?
Yeah, I think with Pokemon games too, people have this like super high expectation, and then the game comes out, and then they complain about it one way or another, and then the cycle continues because then the next year the game comes out, and everyone complains or really is excited. Then they complain, and then they just buy the next one anyways. But I don't know. It looks pretty good to me.
So I've got questions about it because I haven't been following this at all. I'm not a big Pokemon guy. But so is it Pokemon? Is it still Pokemon?
Yeah. Well, it's yes.
Or is it an
no.
adventure game? Yeah.
It's an adventure game. It's an open world game. So this takes place in the past. Like, if you think of like the chronological order of like Pokemon games when they came out, you had Pokemon Green in Japan, and then we had Red and Blue here in North America. This is way before that. So this is kind of the concept of like there aren't gyms or anything like that where you have to go and like collect badges to whatever. You actually go around, you get items, you craft your own items, and then you actually go and collect and research Pokemon.
Well, apparently there are some Pokemon fans tuning into the podcast tonight. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it. Bob says his kids love that explanation.
And so obviously that's available for the Switch.
Yeah,
it's only on the Switch.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'll get it, even though I do like these open world kind of games. I don't think I'll get it myself. I'm just not big enough Pokemon fan for this. So but my son, obviously my son. Geez, Restalgia, you're only a couple years older than my son. My son will obviously, my son will probably pick this up because he loves this stuff.
So, my nephew's pretty big on Pokemon. So if he gets it, I might check it out while I'm over to his place. But I don't think it's a priority by any means for me personally. And I've got so much to play it. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, who here isn't like inundated with like a backlog they're never going to get through? So.
Ebgy goes, it sounds even worse when Restalgia describes it. Oh, come on.
That's fine.
I thought he did an okay job. Sure, it didn't make me want to go purchase it.
Listen, guys, haters gonna hate. Haters
well,
gonna hate.
He does sold the other game, and he didn't even describe what it does. And then everybody wants to buy it, and they don't even know what the game is.
Everyone in the chat's like, "Oh, Breath of the Wild is so good." And
that's because
Pokemon, no.
Well, that's the Ghost game.
This,
I don't even know what it does. Is it a shooter? Is it an open world? I don't even know what it is.
Well, these games have been out for over a year, so most people have already played them. Spider-Man, Demon Souls, Miles Morales, PS5.
Yeah, what I was fascinated by is you went right into Spider-Man. You didn't go into Miles Morales, like when I first got my PlayStation 5, that was the first game I bought. I went right through Miles Morales in like a day. I loved it. And it's a shorter game too.
Yeah, because I got the Ultimate Launch Edition of that. That's got
So do I,
both of the games in there, and I just figured I'd play the first Spider-Man game. I'm loving it. And what you call it? Are you saying Miles Morales is a shorter game?
It's a shorter.
I thought like it was a sequel to Spider-Man. I figured I'd play through Spider-Man. That way I know what's happening in Miles Morales.
Yeah, if you've never played Spider-Man before, that's a good point. But graphically, you're not going to be as wowed as you will be with Miles Morales. So for a tech demo perspective, I'm surprised you didn't play Miles Morales first.
I think I played... Did I play the first level? Or was that in Spider-Man?
You want a good tech demo, play Astro's Playroom or whatever it is.
No. Deathloop P-dubs. That's what Scott James is throwing out there. Is that a different game?
I don't know what he's telling you to play Deathloop. Yeah, it's
okay. Yeah. Frank says he blames his GameStop membership from a few years ago for his massive backlog. He definitely managed to get dozens of games for low prices thanks to the constant buy two, get one free sales. There you go.
Now, all this PlayStation talk, and no one's mentioned Madden. What's going on? You guys don't play football?
I haven't played Madden football in years.
Out of control.
Years.
That's out of control, Carl. It's the same game every year with minor changes.
But it's still fun. It's still fun, man.
You really like football games, I like football games, and I love football games when I used to have friends my age that played them with me, and we played each other online. We would go over to each other's houses, but we don't do that anymore. So that doesn't interest me, and I just don't have time. That's the other thing you don't understand about sports games. They're a commitment, man. Like if you get a sports game and you decide to play seasons and shit like that, that eats up so much of your friggin' time.
PW just played 5 hours with this one game. You're not going to be on Madden for 5 hours.
Well, for instance, so like on my Xbox right now, my Series X, the only game I've been playing the last 2 weeks is NBA 2K22. I've been doing a full 82 game season with my Bulls, and I've played like 40 games with the Bulls. I've played like 40 games in the last 2 weeks, and each game I play 8-minute quarters. I find that if you play NBA 2K22 with 12-minute quarters, the scores are ridiculous. It's like the scores will be like 160 to 140. But if you play 5-minute quarters, it's too short. The games end. Final scores are like 60 to 50, right? But if you play 8-minute quarters, it actually works out to where like the final scores of my games are usually typical NBA scores. You know what I mean? Like 100 to 90, 90 to 80, 110 to 100. You know what I mean? Like really good simulation there. So I've been obsessed with NBA 2K22. I'm going to play that season, do the playoffs, win the championship, and then never play the game again, probably. So, but speaking of sports games, iArcade did reveal and announce, and as well as launch in their game store, they got a new sports game in there, Street Basketball. Have any of you guys heard of this game? Did you guys check this out? This is now available. It's another Baltoro title. So they're definitely taking advantage of that Baltoro partnership. And I think this game was pretty cheap. I think it was like $6 in the iArcade store or something like that. Did anybody pick this game up? And what do you think? What do you guys think of this game? Let us know in the live chat. Mike, you got a really confused look on your face.
I don't think this one's for me, man.
He's shocked that this person has yet to make a basket. There, it's finally a basket. Okay.
I'm just watching this and I'm like, yeah, well, it might be fun, especially where it's cheap, but like, I don't know.
This is I feel like I've gotten an ad for this game on like my phone.
Why do they have large hands? It's creepy. No opinion yet by Meatball Saucy. Video Game Vegas says he thinks the trailer ruined it. He doesn't think it looks good. Dick Watson says pass. Death says layup contest. I don't know if that means he's interested in it or not. Two girls playing basketball, hard pass. So I think that I'm assuming there's more modes in that.
That's horrible.
Whoa, that was kind of mean.
Yeah,
so
it was rude.
After CES, now we've had 1, 2, 3 games released so far in January by iArcade. They also released, oh god, what was it? The one the arcade game that they released today, guys. Throw it in the live chat. I think it was another Pico game. They released that one as well. I forget the name of it. 6 Space Invaders. Yeah, we haven't heard an update yet on that. From what we've heard from Jong, is he's waiting on Taito to sign off on it so they can release it. That's all we know.
Yeah, I mean these
and Taito is notoriously slow, guys, and we've heard that from multiple arcade and gaming companies on their approval process. So I wouldn't get too heated about that. But go ahead, Mike.
I can't remember what I was going to say. Biomechanical toy. What is this video game Vegas is?
Oh, Biomechanical toy. There you go. That's the one that got also got released today. Biomechanical toy arcade game. So that's a run and gunner. I saw some people posting in their Facebook group that they bought it and they were really enjoying it. Let us know what you guys think about Biomechanical toy. Throw it in the live chat if you're familiar with the game. If not, I'll try and find something here that I could throw on the screen for you so you can get a feel for it. And here we go, guys. Just we'll give you a little something right here. Let's get this off of here. Run and gunner.
Like
very fast, very fast, very loud.
I've never heard of this one before. That actually does look stupid fun.
It does look stupid fun.
This reminds me of a mixture between Sonic and Pitfall.
Have you guys ever played Duke Nukem?
Yes.
Not the 3D, but
the original Duke Nukem.
The original, yeah. This sort of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Obviously upgraded graphics, obviously.
Yeah, this looks stupid fun.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of positive comments from people about this in the live chat. For a 1995 arcade game, it looks like just I like the way you described it. Stupid fun. You know what I mean? You play for a few minutes, have some stupid fun, and then continue on with your day. This looks kind of interesting. We'll have to check this out. So yeah, I forget what they're selling that one for. We'll have to take a look.
I thought that you were going to tell me that it was 1995, and I was like, "Ooh, bit on the pricey side."
No. That'd be too much.
So
Papa Brad, go ahead. He says it's
no. You go ahead. It's a rare game. Do they have one at Galloping Ghost, Brad?
I can't wait to head back to Chicago. I'm definitely going to go to Galloping Ghost. So that's the old stomping grounds. Back to Chi-Town. That'll be great. People are saying $9.99 for that game.
Yeah. Is who released it? Is this
Pico?
Pico did?
Pico. I think it's a Pico game.
Okay.
Let me know if I'm wrong, guys, in the live chat, but I think it's a Pico game. You know what's funny too is like I looked on like PS5 and like they have like a lot of the Data East games and stuff. Remember we were talking about how like Data East is the town bicycle. And I was like navigating through the PS5 game store, seeing if there's any games I wanted to digitally purchase and download. And I was looking at the prices, and you know, like Burger Time and Bad Dudes and all these games on PS5, they're all like $6, $7, $8, right? Which is, you know, kind of similar pricing to what we see these companies do who want to sell you these games legitimately. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see anything out of whack or anything like that. Whatchamacallit. And then again, there's some of us also who have many devices where we, you know, play these games through fun methods.
Well, I want to talk about just really quickly.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself rebuying the same games across multiple platforms?
Yeah, like yeah.
Elevator.
I do that.
I notice I'll buy stuff on the Switch, and then I'll find myself seeing it come up on my PC through Steam on sale, and I'm like, I might want to play that on the computer too, and I end up buying both of them. I'm like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, like Mayhem Brawler, I own it on Switch, Steam, and the iArcade. Same with Streets of Rage 4. I got it on the Switch, and I have it on Steam. Right, the Cobra Kai game, have it on Switch, have it on Steam. There's a lot of games that I just end up buying more than once. Guys, do us a favor. This is actually a fun little talking point. What game have you bought more than once on multiple platforms? Throw it in the live chat. I just gave you some examples of some recent ones that I just picked up. What about you, Steve? What games have you picked up more than once recently?
I don't ever buy a game more than once. And well, actually, that's a lie. I've had to buy maybe 2 games more than once, but always for the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that I had to buy more than once was Pokemon Snap, actually. It's funny that we were talking about Pokemon. I bought Pokemon Snap, and the next day I had left it on the table because I was playing a different game with my daughter. And I walked away from it, and I wasn't really thinking, and one of our dogs got to it. And even though they put the stupid bitter agent on it that's supposed to make everybody spit it out, my dog was like, challenge accepted. And she ate the whole damn thing. So I ended up with no Pokemon Snap, and I had to buy that a second time. But I don't think I've ever bought a game for one platform and then repurchased it for another platform, unless it was something like a remake or like a remastering of a game. Like I've bought Ocarina of Time for N64, and then I bought it again for the 3DS when it came out, when it was remastered there. So like, I don't know if that really counts though or not.
No, I think it does. What about you, Carl? There are games you've purchased on the Switch plus Steam or other devices?
Yeah, I mean, most of it's been pinball, and I really hate that I have to do that with Steam because it's the same. It's like those should translate across platforms, but they don't. So I own some of the same games on Steam on the Switch, and then I have them on the PC, and then there's some that I have on the Switch that I refuse to buy again for the PC.
Yep.
But so I'm like Restalgia. I hate that I have to do that. It's not something I look to do, only when I'm forced to do, like with Steam. But I did want to say we talked about the street basketball. That's $5.99, and the biomechanic is $9.99 with iArcade.
Oh, thank you so much, Carl. Greatly appreciate that. Mike, what about you? Do you buy a bunch of games more than once?
Oh yeah,
if you really like them.
Like really stupidly. Like I do
that. He buys cabinets. He buys cabinets that he already has.
That's true.
Yeah. Arcade1Up made me buy Pac-Man 4 times. I just wrote that in the live chat.
So the big one recently was I picked up Castlevania Advance Collection for the Nintendo Switch. Played through every single game. Like got 100% completion on the dungeons. Like had a blast. Soon as it was done, I saw it went on sale on Steam, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll play that on the computer too," and bought it on Steam again. Like Steam has been like
the same collection.
Yeah, the exact same collection, exact same game, for no reason. Just
so let me ask you a question. So let's say you bought Symphony of the Night, let's say for PS1, and then they release a collection with Symphony of the Night on there as well, but it has a bunch of other games you haven't played that are Castlevania. Assuming that was the case, would you then feel as though you are buying the same game more than once, or no, because you're buying a collection of games and it just so happens that part of the collection you've already purchased in the past?
See, the problem is you're assuming I haven't played a Castlevania game. That, my friend, is what we
that's
call
why
a variable.
Assuming. I'm playing hypotheticals here, Mike. Work with me a little bit.
Yeah,
USA.
I would have no problem going back and buying it again, even though it's another game.
Of my question. My question is not if you would be okay with buying it. I'm saying, would you consider it repurchasing the same game, or would you say, no, it's not really rebuying the same game because XYZ?
Yeah, 100%.
This is an excellent
I just answered your question.
He just answered the question so you can shut up. So
yes,
right.
Take a look right here, guys, from MG. How do you guys have time for games? I think I have most of my games from my Wii U, Switch still sealed. That is a common problem. I have games that I've purchased for the Xbox One that I still haven't opened yet. You know what I mean? That I still haven't gotten to. Yet we keep accumulating more games, Mike. Isn't that hilarious?
So I got a really good story on this one. I was talking to a couple of my friends one night, and they were telling me about PS3 games that have really shot up in price. And they started talking about this game, Folklore, which was almost a launch title. And I was like, I think I have Folklore. And I went down in the basement and pulled it out. Yeah, it's still vacuum pack sealed on the shelf, never opened. So yeah, I could sell that and do pretty good, I suppose.
Bard here. Do you guys want to talk about Dave & Buster's real quick? You guys want to talk about?
I don't have a Dave & Buster's.
Okay, but
have you ever been to one, Mike?
No, never been to one.
Never.
They suck.
Let me try and find something here for you. So I was super impressed when I went to my local Dave & Buster's here, and let me see here if we can Let's see if we can pull this up here.
But while you pull that up, I absolutely have no games that's still sealed. I've never kept anything sealed. I only buy games I'm actually going to play, so I don't have that. That doesn't apply.
Yeah, you're not a hoarder like us.
I'm not a collector.
Yeah. So this game came out back in 2018. This is the new Rampage arcade game. It's kind of based on that Rampage film. Remember in 2018 that movie came out with The Rock and all that. And I always walked past this because the Dave & Buster's. This has actually been in my Dave & Buster's for a while. I always walk past it. I'd be like, oh, Rampage. But I actually played it a bit when we went just the other night to Rampage, me, my wife, and my son. I'm sorry, when we went to Dave & Buster's, me, my wife, and my son absolutely loved playing this game. This is awesome. I would love to have this game, like a home port of this game. I don't know if there is a home port of this game. If you guys know, let me know in the live chat. But man, this was so cool playing this game.
It looks pretty
What do you think about this, Mike? You like Rampage. What do you think about the modern Rampage? I thought this was awesome.
I guess if I got to see it in person and play it, I'd certainly enjoy it more. Like we don't have a Dave & Buster's here. We have Restalgia. I think you have it too. They're connected to Cineplex Odeon, not Cineplex Odeon because that's dead. Whatever the movie theater is now, and it's usually called the Rec Room. Do you have those arcades connected to the movie theater?
Something called Palladium.
Palladium. Okay, well we have Rec Room connected to Cineplex theaters, and like I took my kids there over the summer. We went to see, what was it? Space Jam 2, the one with LeBron James. And then we went to the arcade and they played a bunch of like new games, like the Mario Kart and like the Rush game that just came out on Switch a little while ago. And everybody loved that shit. And I have no interest in new arcade games until you see kids and like you enjoy it with your kids. Then it became a different thing. Like just seeing their enjoyment made me more interested in the games.
And also another one that's been out for a little while, but it's at my Dave & Buster's, and I always play this every time I go there, is Galaga Assault, which is like a modern Galaga. Galaga Assault, this game is totally fun. Absolutely love this game as well. So it's really cool seeing that some of our arcades are bringing back the classics, but they're like these souped-up, revamped versions, right? And I love this version of Galaga. I would love to have a home port of this as well. I think it would be really cool.
Now at my local Dave & Buster's, they have like a giant that didn't appear to be a giant, but they have a giant Galaga as well as a giant Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And they play differently than more modern. Those are the only things that I really enjoy when I go and play at Dave & Buster's. I've just never been a fan. I'm a quarters guy. You know, I like to put my quarters in glass. So I never liked that card system with Dave & Buster. They force you to always have some points on there, so you have to keep coming back and put some more because you can never get to a round number. Just one of the things that just irked me about that location. But I do enjoy the Galaga. But that Rampage looks sweet. I don't know how Michael can't see without.
I don't know
touching hands. How sweet the graphics, the way the cars flipped on the road. Goodness gracious, these Canadians, man! USA. There's just no excitement up there in Canada. This is out of control.
Yeah,
I can't wait till the 4th of February. So
me either.
Excitement to Canada.
Mike, I swear to God, if you lose against P-Dubs, you'll have to forfeit your citizenship.
We are playing for beards, right, Mike? We're gonna do beards. Yeah,
so, I could use a trim. So yeah,
me too.
It's not a trim.
I'm getting a little bushy. We are playing for
Mike.
beards.
It's not a trim. It's a full shave.
Do they have some
smooth like a baby's bottom?
Oh man, I love our viewers. They're so funny. Galaga Assault, those big like 10, 15 foot tall Pac-Mans. They also do what's the other one? They do Pac-Mans as asteroids? No, Space Invaders. Yeah, what Carl was saying. They have those at my Dave & Buster's, of course, and those are fun to play as well. I just like seeing that. I like seeing some of these old games brought back, revamped. And I can't believe I walked past Rampage so much. I'd be like, oh, it's Rampage, but I never played it. And then I got hooked, man. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was really cool. And if you guys haven't played Galaga Assault at your local arcade, go play Galaga Assault. That game is so fun. It's so
Is it
cool.
30.66 credits to play?
It's something ridiculous. Depends on the arcade. I don't know, like all these arcades now with the cards, like it's weird. It's like they do points or chips or whatever, and it's always so weird. It's like, oh, it costs 4.6 points to play or credits or whatever. It's really weird.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What are y'all playing for beard? So Michael B. the Game Genie is going to be Michael B. the Canadian Mountie versus Hacksaw Jim Dubbins, February 4th. Put your quarters on the glass. First to 5 wins on Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Big Blue Arcade1Up cabinet.
And I didn't notice that you took the wig off, but I did recognize that your whole persona changed to that wig. You don't wear that wig on fight day because it really drains you. Okay,
it really drains me. Well,
you need your energy to go up.
Great, greatness is always exhausting. Ain't that right? Ain't that right there, Restalgia?
100%.
That's why he's tired all the time, because he's so great. So, Michael B., what are you thinking, man? First to 5, how do you think it's going to end? Is it going to be a sweep? Is it going to be, are we going to go like 9 rounds, like 5-4? What do you think, man?
I don't know, man. Last time we played, it was relatively close, so I'm expecting similar again. I haven't been doing a lot of practicing, so I heard you were playing Moat. I mean, that's some pretty serious practicing right there. He's really good, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So I played Moat last night. Mike of All Trades, make sure you check him out on YouTube. I played Moat last night on Big Blue, first to 5. Now he did beat me 5-0. Because Moat's a pretty solid player. But listen, I did beat him in several rounds. I just never got that second victory to win the match. But
he did absolutely clean house. He did. He beat me 5-0. But I did beat him a single round.
But he didn't it wasn't like perfect. It wasn't like he completely I put up a fight in every single match.
So. But you lost. So I guess it doesn't matter how big of a fight.
Oh, I don't mind losing. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, it's like if your friend says, "Dear God, can you please do this mod contest thing I'm doing?" And then you do it, and then he makes fun of you the entire time you do it and tries to make you feel like you're a piece of shit. Because he's the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Yeah,
like who are you talking about?
I don't know. The same asshole that did the stupid mod with the solenoids under your hands.
I have not heard any rumors about when the new wave of Arcade1Up Legacy cabinets will be up for pre-orders. Have you gentlemen heard any rumors on when that's going to happen?
So it's actually a good transition point because our next one is talking about you're going to be happy soon because Ridge Racer has started shipping.
Oh, yeah.
Ridge Racer should be in people's arcades next week from Arcade1Up. So we've talked about Ridge Racer to death. We don't have to, but the key point is it's coming out. And what I feel like we didn't get a lot of announcements from Arcade1Up at CES because they have cabinets that still weren't released. Now that this is the final one in that allotment that was to be released, maybe we might start to get some more news from Arcade1Up about new titles coming next year.
Okay. Yeah, there have been a ton of prediction and speculation videos all over YouTube lately. Everyone's trying to figure out what Arcade1Up is doing this year because they didn't show all their cards, man. They showed 4 cabinets at CES, but there's so much information out there from Randy's Records, prior leaks, that Track and Field is coming, and it's pretty obvious they're going to do Pro Series of Mortal Kombat. We've heard rumors of that. The NFL Blitz Super Bowl announcement, that's a pretty strong rumor we've been hearing. Michael B., is that really going to happen, or have you just been teasing everybody?
NFL Blitz? I would be shocked if they didn't do NFL Blitz this year. Absolutely shocked.
Shocked?
They did or didn't?
Don't do it.
Oh, it's happening. Michael B. says it's happening, guys. So if Michael B. says it's happening.
Is it happening before Smash TV?
Yeah, Mike, you did a Smash TV video today. Yeah. What was that all about? That was one of those. I know it's coming, but I'm gonna make a video saying I don't know if it's coming. Or
I don't do that shit.
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
So we all know Smash TV is coming. It's been rumored for over a year now. I talk about it every single time I do my show because I'm pissed because I want them to do Robotron. Robotron's going to be one of the games on the cabinet. It's just not going to be the marquee game, and I get it. People love Smash TV's art. They think it's a better art. Robotron is the more classic, sought-after arcade game by arcade collectors, so it's kind of a no-win situation. But recently, some people that are pretty close with Arcade1Up and with John D have made some content featuring some Smash TV. Twisted Chris did a video yesterday. Retro Ralph, I think this is more coincidental. I kind of made fun of it a little bit in my video, but he always seems to get real cabinets that Arcade1Up then released shortly afterwards. So I played into some stuff on that, how he got a Smash TV, so expect Arcade1Up to do it. But the truth of the matter is, we all know it's coming. It's just a matter of time. And I expect that it was supposed to come out last year. That's what the insider source told me. So I'm anticipating it does come out this year.
Bard says it ain't happening. Bard, it's going to happen. You are going to get NFL plays. It's happening. Smash TV equals every time I watch the Detroit Lions lose. There you go. Carl, you can relate.
Look, man, they won 2 times this year. Come on now, give them a break, you know, or was it 3? But you don't really count that last one, and a tie. Don't forget the tie.
Yeah, and then also, so yeah, my some people got their emails saying the Ridge Racer shipped. I did not. Also, check, guys, if you have the FedEx app, check your FedEx app, because sometimes Arcade1Up won't even send you the email if you order direct from them. But it's already on the FedEx app on its way to you. So I checked both places. My Ridge Racer's not on its way yet, but I can't wait to get it. I'm hoping it's good. I really don't want it to suck, but we'll see.
I think Ridge Racer will be good. From what I understand, you might get improved control pedals. So
we talked about that.
Yeah,
that's going to be really cool. John D told all that during one of our live chats during one of our shows, if I recall, wasn't it?
Did he really?
Yeah, it was either this one or when we were all on Fox's show. I can't remember. It was like when we were having a big podcast stream. John D hopped in there and said, "Guys, just so you know, this Ridge Racer cabinet comes with improved brake and gas pedals. I guess they're not going to be as cheaper quality as the Outrun cabinets." So, plus it comes with a steering wheel with rumble effect as well. So we'll see how good it is. But I'm excited about it. My wife wants me to buy Terminator 2, and I've been telling her no.
Oh, why does she want you to buy Terminator 2?
Yeah, that's
we were talking about this on Multicade Mondays, I think. My wife loves shooting games. She's a huge fan of shooting games. And she wants a shooting game cabinet. And when I didn't buy Big Buck Hunter because
it's Big Buck Hunter.
I'm not into shooting all the deer and crap. It's just not my style of game. But she's like, "Oh, they finally got a new Arcade1Up's got a new cabinet. Oh, get it. That looks fun. Get it. And I'm like, "Babe, you've played this game before. We've had an aim track pointed at the TV using multiple devices, and we played and stuff. So we could play this on our Legends Ultimate Arcade machine." And here is interesting. This is what she said to me. She goes, "Yeah, but that's a pain to set up." That's what she said to me. That's a pain to set up. I can't play unless you're here and set it up for me.
Yeah.
Right? And guys, that is so true. That is how Arcade1Up wins. Not just because of the fact that they spend all the money and get all the big licenses for the big marquee games, but they also make it simple, right? You turn it on, point the gun at the screen and play, whereas setting up the Legends Gamer Pro with the TV downstairs with the aim track light guns, it's kind of a pain in the ass, right? And hearing that feedback from my wife, I was like, "You're absolutely right." I said, "You're the kind of person that loves Arcade1Ups, whereas me, I'll take the time to set it up and, play it, for free."
Adam 12
what do you
says,
what do you think about
says,
that?
"Just buy her the cab."
No,
I believe
no.
that's another line in the Sandbreaker right there.
No, I can't.
If your wife asks for it.
That is so much money for one game. It is so much money. I can't do it. I can't, even if she wants it, I can't do it. Unless she pays me back some way. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, but she's not going to pay you back because it's just so much trouble to set up.
Right.
Well played. Well played, Michael B. the Game Genie. Let's see here. Bard says he wants Jurassic Park. Guys, instead of Terminator 2, what shooting cabinet do you guys want to get from Arcade1Up? I love asking this question because sometimes we get to see some really cool answers. I've seen Lethal Enforcers. I've seen Area 51, Time Crisis. House of the Dead seems to be very, very popular. Mike, which one do you want? Which one would you drop that $700-800 on?
Terminator 2. I'm leaning towards, man.
Speaking of which, you bought Terminator 2, didn't you? Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh.
Not yet, but I'm close. I'm looking around that. It's very exciting. I like it.
Time Crisis. Police Trainer. Police Trainer is a fun game. Gumshoe. That one's funny.
Was Gumshoe an arcade game? Oh, Mad Dog McCree is badass. I love that.
Halo. Hazo says Halo. Tell Arcade1Up to make a Halo cabinet. House of the Dead 1, 2, 3, and Overkill. We got Virtua Cop. There we go. Police Trainer. Area 50. I love Area 51. I think they should do an Area 51 cabinet. I would really enjoy that. What about you, Detroit Love? What shooting game would you like to see?
I would prefer Time Crisis. That's the one I had the most time with, as a young adult. So that would be my pick if I can pick.
Yep,
and include Duck Hunter on it as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. $2 super chat from Hobby Hands. He goes, "Would P-Dubs buy Cubert for that price?" So Cubert is like a dream cabinet of mine. Would love to have that big bright yellow cabinet in my house. It's one of my favorite arcade games of all time. Really tugs on the heartstrings. If Arcade1Up made a 3/4 scale version of it, I would probably buy it.
What if it only had one game?
If it had one game, I mean, it's probably only going to have like 2 Cubert games on it anyway, right? I don't know. I probably would get it. Would I spend $1,000 on Cubert? No, probably not. Like if it, because Cubert Pro Series or something, I don't see myself doing that.
So I got a question for you now. So this goes back to my Smash TV video, and I talked about the fact that I really want a Robotron.
Yeah.
Am I content getting Robotron as a secondary game on a cabinet? Would you be content if Arcade1Up released some kind of stupid cabinet? Like, what's a Gottlieb game? Like, what is it, Mr. Do? And they released a Mr. Do cabinet, and then Cubert was just on it. Would that be enough for you, so you could just play it, or you want a?
I want the artwork. I want the marquee.
Exactly.
I want the control panel. They're all iconic. If you go look at Cubert cabinets, that's what I would want. I would want a dedicated Cubert cabinet. And you know what? And I would accept a countercade. Like I honestly would. Just give me a $200 countercade. I would buy it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So and that's the way I feel about Robotron right now, because I could get Robotron on an Arcade1Up cabinet, but it doesn't have any of the Robotron art, nostalgia. So why wouldn't I just play it on my Legends Ultimate where it works great?
Good point. Good point.
I mean, it's not the marquee game, so.
All right, my dudes. It's been an hour and a half already. My, oh my, how time flies when you're having fun.
It's only been an hour for you, so you have to stick around for another half an hour.
I've been here. I was just planning my entrance as Hacksaw Jim Dubbins. Make sure you guys tune in to Put Your Quarters on the Glass. If you're into the retro fighting game community, they might be live right now. Is 19K Fox live too?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
19K Fox is live from Guam. We love him. Big friend of our show. Would love to support him. Head on over there. Tell him it's a Super Game Room Dudes raid. And you could do the same thing when you're doing heading over to Put Your Quarters on the Glass. If you enjoyed tonight's podcast show, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you watch me whoop Michael B's ass February 4th. It's going to be truly epic. Beards are on the line. And Carl, whenever you're ready, send them on their way.
All right, guys, make sure you sign my petition for the no log out feature for the NOD. Make sure you do that for us. I really appreciate it. I have a GoFundMe page for it. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the web.
I'm literally going to cut you open and you're going to bleed maple syrup live February 4th, Michael B. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Ho!
USA! USA! USA!
USA!
USA!
USA!